My name is Dead, and I don't know if this is one's gonna be posted first, but I'm still gonna say it. But I've been gone for a while, sort of. Let's just say that I was gone because I wasn't posting because I'm stupid. This might be the first one I upload, but I was gone because one, I was still recording. I just never got around to posting it because I'm stupid and I could post it whenever, but I just forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I was like, oh yeah, I have some videos you can post, and then I don't do it because I'm stupid. But anyway, ignore the voice cracks or whatever the fuck just happened. But anyway, today we have a new series. Yay! Now, have I already posted the video that says I was gonna do a lot more different series? All I'm just doing a bunch of different series because these things are getting stuck in my head and I don't want to forget them. So I'll post like a couple videos of them and then slowly get each of them up to date so then no one misses out. I forget about that series and I forget about that one and I still need to do that one. It's just it's a hectic thing. It's kind of just like I don't know what to tell you. I just kind of get the idea and then I have it but then I have another idea and I can't get that idea out of my head, so I have to record it to get out of my head. But then I forget about it and make more, and it's just chaos. So basically, I can't stick with one series. Is my point, because I don't want to forget good series. There's some that I will not forget, which which one of them is probably the one I'll record next because I haven't done a single recording for that series, even though I've been like planning it for the last month. But anyway, I even have the picture and everything. I have everything ready for it. It's just I haven't recorded it. But yeah, anyway, sorry for wasting 2 minutes of our time, but let's get into this new series called Who Am I? And the title's the title isn't interesting because let's get into some background. So Izuku is born, but he's not normal. He was never really normal since he was born. When he was born, he had a huge, like a really bad memory problem. He could barely remember anything after like a minute. So him and his family had to deal with that, which his family is his older sister, which is older by like 2 years. Like 2 to 3 years older than her, named let's just go with Izumi because it's easy. And his mother. They had to deal with his memory problem for a very long time. But obviously, he's been around them so much that he began to remember them, and it's showing that their hard work of trying to help him with his memory problems is paying off. So he remembers his mom and his sister, and he will always remember them by like name and all that stuff, but other people not so much. Or more sense, he will remember them, but they're not exactly good memories. Because since Izuku had this memory problem, he was seen as kind of a weirdo. So everyone just kept their distance from him. It got even worse when he was diagnosed quirkless at the age of 4. By that point, everyone you rather completely ignored him and basically they forgot that he exists, and others would bully him. Now, Izuku, obviously, with him, he doesn't very much remember the bullying unless it happens frequently, which it does by one person, which we all know. Bakugo is definitely one of them. So he remembers Bakugo as kind of a douchebag, but he's still our good old Midoriya. He tries to be friends with everyone, But yeah. Now, a bit more background on Izumi because she's Izuku's older sister, obviously. So she's a very overprotective older sister. She loves her little brother very much. Like, she would literally murder someone to save him. Like, oh my god. She has a quirk, which is pyrokinesis. She can control flames and all that shit. And it's a very strong form of pyrokinesis. She's very well known as being a very strong individual, and everyone loves her and all that stuff. But, you know, if they make fun of her brother, she doesn't very much like them, which means she doesn't very much like a lot of people. Obviously, there's still people who will not make fun of him, so those people are considered, he would consider, she will consider a friend to her and all that. Which, we have one person who will be pretty much her childhood friend, but I will not reveal who it is until later on. Because, you know, I want it to be interesting. Great. Now I'm having ideas going through my head, because now I feel like I should change it. You know what? Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Okay, sorry. Anyway, we'll get back to that later in the series, but right now, not very much. Now, Izuku very much knows Zumi's childhood friend definitely by memory. They hang out a lot. And, you know, Izuku, you know, this has gone on for, like, basically forever, but, like, one thing that Izuku can definitely always remember, and will always, like, forever remember, is the fact that he wants to be a hero. Like, he always remembers that. He wanted to be a hero ever since he was younger. That was basically his goal. And, you know, all that. So, by the time he was in middle school, you know, he went to UA and everyone started laughing at him, and other people just ignored him. Ignored it, didn't really give a shit. They like heard Izuku and they're like, who the fuck is that? Anyway, so yeah, but Izuku, you know him, he probably forgot afterwards, and everything goes to canon with the Sludgeville and all that stuff, and All Might saving him. Now, Izuku, now a little bit different about it was that Izuku, he knows about his memory problem, obviously, and he knows, and he struggles to remember certain stuff. He has the willpower to, like, try and remember stuff, but it would take him, like, a minute to figure it out. So, yeah. So, like, when he was interacting with All Might, he was about to ask him, like, can he still be a hero with not having a quirk, and, you know, he forgot. He was like, wait, hold on, give me a second. You know, and then the whole shit, and then still goes by canon, like, he grabs onto his leg, and he's like, I just remembered what I was about to ask. So, yeah, and then, you know, he asks him, and, you know, the same thing goes by canon with All Might saying no and all that, trying to put him down easy. Hold on. Sorry about that. But, you know, it's like you fucking forgets, and then, you know, Bakugo gets his thing, and, you know, he pretty much same thing as canon. He's like, I'm gonna save you with he has a smile on his fucking face and all that shit, and he's like, I don't remember your name, but whatever. No, he remembers Bakugo, trust me. I'm just kidding about that. But anyway, moving on. You know, this inspires all my shit goes by canon. He's just, hey, all this shit goes by canon, except there's just a little bit of a difference. Like, Izuku has a memory problem, doesn't very much remember that All Might gave him One for All a lot, doesn't remember a lot of shit, so they kind of, like, trained him to remember. So now, like, those 10 months, he's capable of remembering how to use it and all that stuff. So now he knows he has One for All, and he's, like, he knows how to use it, and he knows all that shit, and he's, like, he forces himself to remember, you know, basically. But anyway, so, you know, I think I'm going to skip the entrance exam, because it's not going to be very much different because he still has one for all, and that's basically it. He's not more powerful. He's not less powerful. He's basically the same. As I say, basically. He's just like slightly lower because, the memory problem. They train him to fully remember it. So, yeah. But anyway, so, like, again, he gets into 1A by, like, the skim of his hair, just that heroic shit kicking in, with the 0-pointer and all that shit. But anyway, that's it. That's basically it for the exam. He still gets in basically the normal way. And then yada, yada, yada. We're also going to skip the quirk assessment test. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Because what's really different, there's nothing really different other than, other than like a scene where Zuki's like, where I was like, alright, throw the ball. He's like, okay. He's about to throw it. He's like, and then he looks back at the ball. He's like, why do I have this ball? I have a memory problem. He remembers he has a memory problem. He even tells people that. He's like, I have a memory problem. And here's a little bit of a difference here. Because of this so-called memory problem, Zuki, like, he's treated a bit more nicely, a bit more different from the rest of the class because his memory problem, obviously. So he gets a bit more extra, like, what's it called? Better treatment, basically. Because it's only because he has a he's mentally disabled because of his memory problem, obviously. So some people don't very much like that because it's like, what the hell, man? But, you guys are dickheads if you're thinking that way. Like, he has a memory problem. Like, just, like, what the fuck, man? Now, he still makes a couple friends, like Ida and Uraraka and all that shit. Now, the USJ still pretty much the same. We're skimming over a lot of stuff because a lot of it is just exactly the same. But yeah, so that's. Hold on, sorry about that. I was just wanted to move spots because my bed was creaking a lot when I was sitting on it. So yeah, this probably will creak a lot too. But I'm just sitting on a chair now. But yeah. So where was I? Okay, yeah. Basically, again. So we skim over the USJ, pretty much the same. I don't know what to really tell you. But there's, how do I say this? There's a bit of a difference, I guess you can say. This time, let's say Shigaraki's a bit more smarter, and, when he noticed in the USJ where Zuki punched the Nomu, or not punch the Nomu, well, he did punch the Nomu, but no, when he tried to hit Shigaraki because he was gonna grab Tsuyu by the head, and then, and all that shit. And he punched. He noticed, how he noticed that he had similar, like, quirk to All Might? So, let's say he, like, got contact, he used contact clues and kind of just, like, he's, like, smarter, so he's trying to eliminate him. It doesn't matter if he's not, he doesn't care, obviously. So, he's like, yeah, we should get rid of him. We should get rid of him. So, obviously, this is not very original, but their way of doing it was to, like, frame them. But this time, we're not doing it via Toga doing shit. But this time, their way of framing them was what they did was a bit more different. So, what they did was how they tried to change a bit of things. Change some stuff around. They use certain things to make it sound like Izuku helped them out, like gave them information for them to know that they were going to the USJ and all that stuff. So that's what they did. So Izuku, but we're gonna carry on with the rest of that story in the next episode because we're fucking out of time. So yeah, but again, I'll explain more in the next one. Really hope you guys will enjoy this series, because this one's going to be different from my other ones, I guess. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and goodbye.